See the stumbling blocks, I just slipped on cracks. It's commandment laws, so we need to stay on track. Your heart as a house at mercy, put it on my back. One body with your house shy, no, so we can't move slack.
Okay. So yes, bring out some Nazarite news. See what's going on over the earth. Most High judgment. Might have to speak a bit louder as well, innit?
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, there's a US military. The US military shot down an Iranian-made drone over an oil site in Syria. The US military announced it shot down a drone believed to have been manufactured by Iran, and as it was allegedly conducting surveillance over an oil site in northeastern Syria. So yeah, like, you know, we heard about the balloons that they shot down over the US and that, and over different parts of the world with the Chinese. But now you've got the Iranians using drones to actually flipping
Look at this shit.
spy out on
This is what we got to put up with. It's fucking sodomite fucking madness.
Yeah, so now we've got Iran now spying out over Syria, and we know that Syria is in allegiance with the US and over an oil site as well. So we know who's probably controlling that, the US. You know what I mean? What's it? There's two more on the Russian team. Yeah, so over 30,000 mercenaries fighting for the Russian paramilitary Wagner group have been killed or injured since the Ukraine war began. And Wagner is a Russian private mercenary group. So, you know,
underground.
Yeah, like they're mercenaries and that.
It's like the Pope and them. They had the hitman, didn't it? Remember the ball-head one with the barcode in the back of them?
Yeah, hitman, and even Putin. He used to be part of it. What were they called? He used to be part of a organisation the same. Putin. I'm not sure.
That's why he knows karate. And
Yeah. He's a trained killer, man. Straight up. Yeah, no joke.
That's why we said if you put all them world leaders and that in the same room, Putin might actually pump up all of them still.
Yeah, definitely. He walks, and you see the way he walks. He walks like with one hand down, so like he's regimental. And that's the way they've been taught to walk as well, like something to do with like gun and
you know,
arms.
when you see my man, he's always got a briefcase next to him, yeah? A man told me it's a gun. I said, brother, you dumb, that's the button, bro. That's Satan, bro. So the man's got nukes. You reckon he's he's got his nuclear trigger finger ready, bro? He ain't gonna just have a damn gun in the bag, bro. He owns a country, bro. They've all got guns in their pockets, bro. You don't need to have a guy with a briefcase. The gun is briefcase, bro.
Yeah. He's got security next to him.
Got some golden desert eagles in the briefcase. I started laughing, bro.
Or some El Chapo thing.
Special phone and that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, other joke aside, still, Putin's the most like we said the other day, innit? Last week. Stir up jealousy, man. Get that one a bit. Let's get it again. That's a beautiful scripture. I need to read that. Isaiah 42. 13. Isaiah 42:13.
This is the book of Isaiah chapter 42 verse 13. Yahweh shall go forth as a mighty man, and shall stir up jealousy like a man of war. He shall cry, yea, roar. he shall prevail against his enemies.
So like, all this stuff is going on, man. It's that's the reason. Like, I don't know, man. Like I said, get the second entrance. Is it 15 and 1? The reason, Revelations 19.
This is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh.
So yeah, we have to speak the words of prophecy. Like, a lot of Christians, we notice, can't move in the bus, man. You must have just stop the noise. Yeah. So like, we notice a lot of Christians, they don't really go into prophecy. They go into the feel-good scriptures, man. We're not gonna say that we don't read those scriptures when we need to, when we're feeling down or a little way. You get me? In the like, uplift us in Babylon, man. We read those verses, man. We need those. They're comforts to us, innit? Yeah. But wisdom crieth out on the streets, and prophets, they will prophesy of pestilence, of war, of famines, man. And this is what the Most High, bro, think that I come to bring peace on the earth. I tell your name, but I was sort of paraphrasing, man. So we need to talk about the sword that's coming upon Gentiles, the heathens, and on wicked Israelites that are not in that vibration, man.
That's right.
So yeah, read that again.
2nd Ezra chapter 15 and verse 1. Behold, I speak thou in the ears of my people.
Speak in the ears of our people. Always saying our people as well, you know.
Yeah.
Words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith Yahweh, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
And Romans 3 told us, you know what I mean? Like, what profit is there being an Israelite, man? What profit is it of keeping the commandments and the laws, man? That's the faith. That's the faith we have. That in these words, they're faithful and they're true, man. And he's commanded them. Yahweh's commanded them, man. They're faithful and true.
That's right.
Yeah, sir. Yeah.
Revelations 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him, and he said unto me.
Do that again, sir.
Well, Revelations 19 and verse 10. And
look, I'll say this. Look, as we're speaking about it, the auntie comes by. Jesus
said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah, look, as we say it, man. As we said it, the auntie's there with the big poster in the air. Anyway, go on.
Revelations 19 and verse 10. And I fell at his feet to worship him.
That's right.
And he said unto me, See thou do it not. I am thy fellow servant, and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship power, for the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy.
And this is Matthew chapter 5 and verse 17. Think not I've come to destroy the law of the prophets. I come not to destroy but to fulfill. For verily I say unto you, to heaven and earth pass, one jot or one tittle shall not in no wise pass from the laws till all be fulfilled. So yeah, everyone was say that they follow Jesus' words, so-called Jesus' words, and we just brought out precept upon precept of what needs to be fulfilled, and it's only fulfilled unto these people. So these are the prophecies and the signs that we're saying.
What's that one in let me get that one. Because we're in, like you said, great times are in, man.
I've got a great set.
Great times are in.
Alright, just a quick one. This is 1 John chapter 4 and verse 6. We are of power. He that knoweth power heareth us. He that is not of power heareth not us. Hereby we know the spirit of truth and the spirit of error. So yeah, the spirit of truth is prophecy, isn't it? So we know that, you know what I mean? We can tell when, like you just showed the sister, or she just going around with a doctrine with Christianity, but we can see the truth, which is what's happening on the earth right now. Judgment.
Where that we say certain things, and bam, the Most High will just show us, look, what you just said, it's there because we're living in the world together. We know what's going on. We know the or we like not say we know the minds of the people, but we know the doctrine and the ways of how they've been programmed in Babylon, man. Understand? This is Matthew chapter 13 and verse 16. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them. Like, come on, all the prophets wanted to know when the Messiah was touching down. You know what I mean? Like, what, the Messiah, the King of Kings, is like the one that David said, he sits on the right hand of Yahweh. Like, he's there with you guys now. I would love to have been in them times, bruv, getting the fish and the bread from Yahweh Shai, bro. The disciple passing them out to man, and I'm like, the water, man, for that bread. And imagine how that tastes. You only get a little fish and a bread and from granddad, and he makes it a banging, you know what I mean, brim. And you're like, what? Where you get this brim from? You get me? Imagine Yahweh Shai giving that to you, man. Amazing, bro. So now, contrary, or not contrary, what's that word I'm looking for? Verily, man, surely we're in these times today. Use that word, innit? Yeah. Surely we're in these times today where we can see what's been happening in the what was foretold to us, man. Get that one as well, Matthew 24, innit? Because the thing the prophets that was in the disciples that were in these times wouldn't want to be here today to see what's going on. What he really said to the people.
And the second coming.
Yeah. That's another thing.
Want to start from 4?
Can't.
24 and 4. This is the book of Matthew chapter 24.
Start from
This is the book of Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. Yahweh Shai answered and said unto them, take heed that no man deceive you, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ. I am a Mashiach, and shall deceive many. You shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famine, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. All these things are the beginning of sorrow.
Right. So, you know, the rumors of war, that's happening, isn't it? You know, soon it's going to be the pestilence and the famine.
So let me get that now. Let me bring that one out now, the famine. Because what we got was another part in Nigeria. In where is it? Benaim, Wari, Ibadan. These places all over Nigeria, man. There's no money left, or there's money but they're not giving out the money. They got the bank cards, there's money full up on the bank cards, but they're not trying to issue out cash. You understand? I'm thinking they only have the wireless cash. It's another implementation of the cashless society that they want to try and push, and they're gonna flood it into. Well, they're gonna start off where Jake is, isn't it? They're gonna. He says, get that. In the second Peter. 2 and 2:14, or 4:17. Second Peter. These are First Peter chapter 4 verse 17.
Yeah, this is 1 Peter 4:17. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of the Most High.
The judgment must begin at the house of the Most High. Go on.
And if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of the Most High?
So yeah, man. Like, obviously we know that this is not where this isn't Israel. This ain't Jerusalem, but yeah.
Many of these protesters are frustrated over the unavailability of the new Naira notes. Now traders and businesses are rejecting the old notes, and banks are unable to dispense cash at ATMs across the counter. Let's tell you that this is a developing story. TVC News will bring you more details.
I don't know. It's a bit weird, man. Can you see it? Smoking, man. Riots, man. Nigeria's getting nuts right now. Fighting, beating up each other for the in the banks and that, man. Throwing the the little poles, the ropes and that. They're swinging them at each other, man. So that's these are beautiful times we're in, man. Don't be troubled when you see these things happening. The elect aren't scared or oh no, the famines are. This is beautiful times, man. Get the
The thing is, even
second edition 16. No, go on, 16.
Even still, like, we know that it's all about demand, isn't it? So even when they do get this money, when the economy collapses and there's famine and that, it's not going to be worth anything anyway. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's how you know it's coming to that stage.
Why would you be in a place that imports so much of the vegetation around the world? Like, Africa's known for giving out the food to the people, man, to the Romans, to the Italians, to the West. Africa's known for distributing their food, man. It was known from way back in time, bro. Even when there was a famine in Israel, what did the Israelites? They went into where? Africa for the food, man. So why does Africa need money? When it grows the food, there shouldn't be a famine. There shouldn't be people hungry. Where the whole world gets the food from, man. It's madness, man.
It just goes to show as well how the ripple effects happens where Jake is, because that's happening in Nigeria. You know that Israel, a lot of Israelites dwell in Nigeria, and that's happening to them. It also comes over here. Because now, with the storehouses and everything closing over here, TK Maxx.
Get closer.
Because the TK Maxx is closing down. You've got Boots closing down. You've got stores closing down. So a lot of things are gonna start going online now, where you ain't gonna be able to get like your daily things, the titles, you know. Amazon, like the banks are closing, so you're gonna have no banking system. Like banks is closing down. So many of these things are happening. If it's happening in one part, you can see it happening in another part as well. So it's a ripple effect to, like brother said, that cashless society.
Yeah, they'll just say, let's cut off Nigeria first. You know what I mean? Because no one, you know what I mean, help us out. And what are you cutting off? Your money is already, it's an imagination money, man. It's monopoly money.
IOU.
It's like it's all loaned and that. So it's not realistic.
It's
out.
It's only what the people make it worth. You know, that's what I was saying about it's a demand thing. Because when people don't want to take money for certain items, then it's not going to be worth anything, is it?
The money is Africa.
Yeah.
When you think about it, all the mobile phones, the cameras, the internets that we're using, is this the cobalt, innit? And the
uranium,
the electricity batteries and that, the stone, lithium. All of these things, they're coming from Congo and Nigeria, these areas, man. And we're gonna spend £2,000 on a phone because it folds and that. And it's just that little piece in there that's giving it the reception and the. Bro, you're getting all of this. It's most probably a Nigerian man that must have invented the damn thing, bro. The internet and the phone and that, man. It's madness, bro. It's absolutely madness. And then they're locking off their team.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 22. And suddenly shall the solemn places appear unsown, the four storehouses shall be suddenly be found empty.
Come on. Yeah, man. And this is not just happening in Nigeria. It's happening. It started in Venezuela like 5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it's still happening. I think it's still like that today.
Even in certain parts of, what's it? Not Syria. What's the other one? Lebanon. I think it's happening out there as well. You know,
It's still happening today, man.
Things are just, and hyperinflation as well. You know what I mean? Because there's not much of anything, the demand and everything's gone high.
Come. This is Revelation chapter 18 and verse 10. Stand afar off for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come. And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn for her, over her, for many men buying the merchandise. For no man buyeth the merchandise anymore. The merchandise of gold, and look, you can bring on the other one. The merchandise of gold and silver and precious stones and of pearls and fine linen and purple and silk and scarlet and fine wood and all manner of ivory and all manner vessels, most precious wood and of brass and of iron and of cinnamon and of odors and of ointments and frankincense and wine and oil and fine flour and wheat and beasts and sheep and horses and chariots and slaves and souls of men, and the fruit that the souls lust after are departed from thee, and all things which are dainty and godly are departed from thee, and thou shalt find them no more at all.
It's like basically going into what we were saying, like, so all of these things that the materialistic things that we want, desire in this world, they're not going to be there no more. Like, you're not going to be able to have, not be there, you're not going to have the access to them the way you want the access to them, because of even the people that are selling them to you are not going to have, like, are not going to be willing to give it. So like TK Maxx is closing, it's going to be closed down in the UK, going to close by spring 2023. We've got New Look that's going to be closing down. We know New Look was going for ages ago. Boots is closing, so your pharmaceutical, where you got Boots and stuff and get your stuff. B&Q, your household appliances that you want to go and get, can't get them. What else? Lloyd's Bank, Weatherspoons, Halifax Bank. All of these places are due to close down in early spring of this year. So it's coming. And if it's just going to do that, like brother said, it's just a ripple effect. You're going to see it's going to start happening more. And this also goes into how supermarkets are now everything is only card only, and that it's going to start now going digitalized. So you ain't going to be able to do the certain things you're doing.
That's why I was saying, I think it was last week or the week before, about if you can use your cash. Just obviously everything's inevitable anyway. When they change it, they're going to change it. But the more you use your card, the more you're just a statistic to the digital currency. Do you know what I mean? So the more people use cash, the more, you know what I mean, the more harder it's going to be to enforce it. But it's written.
The cash is going, bro.
Yeah, it's inevitable.
Cash is going, bro. We just showed you the prophecy in Lagos. The merchandise, all these things, it's going.
And just another quick thing, I see a video of eggs in America worth $70 for a box of eggs, like a 16-pack.
I don't eat eggs anyway.
No, but $80.
Yeah, it's mad. Love your beans and the eggs and, you know what I mean, beans and eggs. But this is 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment. For such as in their life had received benefits and have not known me, and they that have lofted my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it, the same must know it after death by pain. So yeah, man, look, the Most High, man, if you don't get your act together now, then the brothers and sisters of the Israelites, not the Hamitic ones, or the Israelite tribes in Nigeria, man. Hey, bro, you don't want to feel that, man. It's like, is it in Lamentation, it's better to die of the sword than to die of that famine, man, that's coming upon you guys, man. Let me get that quickly. Lamentations 4. Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 9. They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away stricken through for want of the fruits of the field. Yeah, man. There's someone in Nigeria climbed the tree to get a mango, and the tree bust on him. The tree broke. The tree snapped on him, and he hurt himself, man. He really hurt himself, man. Hospitalized now, man. Can't move, man. Struggling, man. And that's just one guy. People are fighting for the food, man. People are actually, even like, was it a year ago, how the government was hiding a lot of the stocks in the warehouses and that. Mm-hmm. Over the pandemic era, they was bringing food in it, like, yeah, and they weren't getting, the government weren't trying to give the food out, giving it to their politicians and giving it to their guys, the soldiers and that. But it leaked that the food's in there, man. Whole place got rammed. Bro, you don't want to see Jake hungry Jakes.
That's what's gonna happen. That's what's gonna happen.
That's what I'm saying. Because that's when you're gonna start seeing people start fighting against each other, man. Like Mama said, you're gonna see an uproar of the people, and you ain't gonna give, like, no one's gonna give two shits about what the government's saying. Like, but now it's a fight for survival. And the people that are in power, they're gonna be taking in their own devices as well.
No B&Q.
No B&Q.
No TK Maxx.
So
what companies were on there?
B&Q,
food, merchandise of the earth. Let's see that.
Yeah,
show the camera, man. This is serious stuff, bro. This is coming soon, and this is like in spring. It says in spring it's gonna.
Yeah. So look.
So your merchandise of the earth, man. This is where you get your ointments, your oils, your wines.
The pharmacy is
Revelations 19, man.
Yeah.
No. Revelations 18. Sorry, Revelations 18. Yeah.
TSB is the bank as well. That's what you just ran into. TSB
what
is the bank.
Weatherspoons. Where you go and have your little pints and that, man? You know what I mean?
Lloyds and Halifax.
That's the same.
Lloyds and Halifax
not TSB.
are going to be blocked off, bro.
All the high street stores. Basically.
If you got any Halifax or Lloyds banks, you need to think about China. Might have to get an internet bank, man. A Monzo account or something.
Yeah, Lloyds banking. I think they're stopping their online banking as well, or they're doing something to it, because a lot of people are having trouble with their online banking with Halifax.
That might be why they're attacking Nigeria.
Halifax,
because you guys are doing too much fraud, man. You know, well, you guys are very, very accustomed to thou shalt not steal, man. Yeah, they're accustomed to stealing, man. Don't shoot the messenger, man. Nigerians are very professional fraudsters, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I'll never trust. Never trust a friend. I can't trust Nigerians, man. With my bank, especially not with my wallet, man. And that's not all of them. Come on, there's going to be some good ones.
You know some of them.
There's going to be some loving, kind ones.
See the smooth words is what they'll probably say something like, "Oh, I'm just trying to increase your what's that?
Yeah.
Credit.
Your credit.
Yeah, not increase your credit. You're beneficial to you. And then you find out every month there's a score game missing or something.
More than a score.
He's got 1,000 accounts taking a score at each account, man. You know, they won't notice that. They do some sneaky little ways, man. Because they want to keep your account going, innit? So they're gonna take a little change out. And then so anyway, the fact of the matter is, maybe Lloyds and Halifax are so pissed off. They're shutting you guys up. They're shutting you guys down, man. Shut down Nigeria first, man.
Really? Yeah, what's it? Yeah. Another Russia, Russia claims to have flown two of its Tu-95 Bear bombers near Alaska in a show of strength to the west. The footage reportedly shows the noisy missile carriers flying over neutral waters in the Bering Sea, accompanied by 30 Russian fighter jets very close to US airspace. So just like what I think the Chinese done, yeah, last week or the week before, that's what the Russians doing now with America. So if one is going to get Luke 14 and 31, this is that one, because they're spying out the land, isn't it? Iran's doing it, China's doing it, that's it, Russia's doing it. Do you know what I mean? And it's all to the west, man. It's all to the west. Time's up. Yeah. Sure.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 14 and verse 31. Oh, what king going to make war against another king setteth not down first and consulting whether he be able with 10,000 to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000.
That's it, man. So, you know, they've been doing, like, America's done the simulations and they've lost to China, innit? But this is what they're doing. They're scoping out, they're scoping things out, seeing how it's going to be, you know? Because this is what's going to happen. You know, war's going to kick off eventually, man. Someone's going to make that move, do you know what I mean? And the prophecy is going to just fulfill, you know?
Good.
What's it? If you want to get me as well, we've got a preset. Okay. We've got another preset still. This is Psalms 140 and verse 1. It says, "Deliver me, O Yahweh, from the evil man. Preserve me from the violent man, which imagine mischief in their heart. Continually are they gathered together for war." And that's what it is, man. It's not just Esau, you know, in Psalms 83 it tells you that all of them are doing the same thing, man. They all sit around the same table and they all think of mischief to keep us from knowing who we are, and they're gathered together for war, constantly.
Yeah. It's the same one, really, because it's... Gotta bring it out, man. Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 1. And the word of Yahweh came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Gog and the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him. Now that's Meshech is Moscow, isn't it? And the prince of Moscow is Vladimir, isn't it? Is Vladimir, I think that's a title as well.
What?
Like Vladimir, I think it's a title. And Putin is his name. I think that's like a... I don't know how to explain it. Yeah. I think the Vladimirs are like Vladimir the First, Vladimir the Second. You get me? I think they're like a high title. You know, like Harry.
Yeah.
You get me? So it's like he's like a lineage. He's like a real prince of Moscow. Right? Alright. And it says, and Tubal, I prophesy against him in verse 3, and say, Thus saith Yahweh power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws. So yeah, man, that's what he's doing. He's put hooks, meaning like more, his weaponry's become more stronger, man. Because jaw there is talking about his strength, his arsenal is like his ways of devouring. Your jaw is what you use to chew your food, your teeth, right? And it's his ways to devour. You know what you do? Get Proverbs. Get Psalms 57 and 1, Psalms 57 and 4, just to talk about that. Because he's put hooks in his jaw, isn't it?
This is Psalms 57 and verse 4. My soul is among lions, and I lie even among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men whose teeth are spears and arrows.
So
and
whose what?
Whose teeth are spears and arrows.
So your teeth, your jaw, is known to be spears and arrows. Right? It's like a dark saying in the scriptures when it says he's put hooks in his jaw. Come on, you're not going to see a prince of you don't see Vladimir Putin with hooks in his face. You know what I mean? So it's talking about his arsenal, his weaponry, man.
Yeah.
Go on, read that. Good that one.
Psalm 57 and 4. My soul is among lions, and I lie among them that are set on fire, even the sons of men whose teeth are spears and arrows, and their tongue a sharp sword.
His tongue's a sharp sword, man. So if Putin says something, let it go. That's done, man. It's blowing up, man.
And just a quick point of what you're saying, Vlad. Yeah, Vlad goes back to Vlad the Impala. And that was a lineage.
It's a lineage, that's what I said. Vladimir is a title. Look. See what I'm saying?
And that's where they get Dracula from, Count Dracula. Vlad the Impala, he was Count Dracula. So even that's deep as well, because you grow up thinking that's all mimics and myths. It wasn't myths, man.
Yeah.
Get it?
That's why we have got to study. We've got to study to show ourselves approved, man. Rightly dividing the word and these prophecies and these things that are coming to pass. It's not like the brother said it perfectly in his lesson, man. We got it amongst us. We use it. We're not dumb. Like, this is the 21st century, man. We can actually look it up ourselves. But if people, it's hard to them, innit? That are simple-minded, innit? But it's easy for those. It's simple and plain for those that seek truth, man. That seek knowledge, man.
But this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 30 and verse 14. There is a generation whose teeth are swords, and their Lord, their jaw teeth as knives, to devour the poor from off the earth, and the needy from among men.
Yeah, another point there about the jaws. Not going to go too deep into it, just Proverbs 21 and verse 1. The king's heart is in the hand of Yahweh, as the rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but Yahweh pondereth the hearts. To do justice and judgment is more acceptable to Yahweh than sacrifice, man. So yeah, the Most High, when he wants to do something, and if he wants to use Vladimir to do it, I'll say it, isn't it? That's what he wants to do, man. That's what he done to teach Israel a lesson. He used Ramesses and that. Yeah. To teach Israel a lesson, he used Alexandria, he used Daniel. To help Israel out, he used Darius, man. Like, he can do what he wants to do at his given and appointed times, man. Right. So back on Ezekiel chapter 38 and verse 4 we was at. And I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine armies, horses and horsemen, and all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with buckler and shield, all them handling swords. Persia, Ethiopia, and Liberia with them, all of them with shields and helmets. Gomer, this is talking about the Turkish. Gomer and all his bands, and the house of Togarmah, and of the north quarters, and all his bands, and many people with thee. Be thou prepared for thyself, thou and all thy companies that are assembled unto thee, and be thou a God unto them. So yeah, the Most High's got them like all gathering together in the valley of Jehoshaphat. He's got them all saying, look, Satan's gonna fight against Satan. That he just said that Vladimir means the vampires, man. The vampires are killing the werewolves, and the werewolves are killing vampires. It's some madness out here, man. 'Cause they got movies about that.
It's like a bloodlust, isn't it? Because that lineage is known to slaying a lot of.
What's that? It's Twilight. You got the other one with the
Underworld.
The underworld. It's the werewolves versus the vampires, man.
Loads of films, isn't it? They put Jacob in there as well with the blade. Yeah. And then there was another one with Eddie Murphy as well back in the day, remember?
Vampire in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
They got the werewolves versus the damn. Yeah, man. The vampires, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. They put it in the films.
Yeah, let me. What's it? Yeah, basically a train crashed in Palestine, Ohio, and in the aftermath of the derailment, there was numerous hazardous materials and substances that got into the surrounding areas. Yeah, and basically it got into the river and contaminated the river, like, so thousands of fishes died, and it's basically affected the area around whatever was on that train. So it sounds a bit suspect to me. There was another one as well in Michigan. There was another train derailment, like the whole train, like I'm talking like at least 10 or 14 carriages all derailed. So, you know, that's another thing on America. There was that thing last week that I was saying about a funeral when some people were infected and died, 8 of them. They're saying that it's a new virus called Marburg, yeah, and the the WHO says it is an 88% death rate. So anyone who's getting it, saying that basically 80% of the people that will die from it. And it's another member of the Philoridae family, which is a virus the same as Ebola. So they're coming up with these new viruses now, and yeah.
On that, we're just telling you, Jake, yo, boost your immune system, man.
Yeah.
Know what to put in your system, man. I know obviously the earth is polluted and the fire. Get that one, man. Yeah, I say 24, right? 24, is it 3? 24 and 4?
Let me bring this out. Go on. This is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 2 and verse 6. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh the poor and maketh the rich, and bringeth low and lifteth up. So yeah, that the brother said, the Most High does all of these things, man. He does all these things. So if he wanted to kill you and derail you, he's gonna derail you. That was your lot. That was cast to see you, man. And these are just a shadow of things to come, because that's just a little derailing, you know?
Yeah, and that's just a little derailing, man. Let's get that. Let me get another one. I got another one. Let's go.
I got to appreciate it. I shouldn't bring this one up. Isaiah 24 verse 3. The land shall be utterly emptied and utterly spoiled, for Yahweh has spoken his word. The earth mourneth and fadeth away, the world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
Go on, bro.
I got a good precept.
Yeah, well, on that, the world languisheth and fadeth away, man. So even the things that you can say, oh yeah, that's vegan, or that's Those certain things we're eating we don't even know, man. It's defiled, man, under the inhabitants of these wicked, evil people, man. So when you're getting it, like we said, it's getting it in a plastic bag, putting the plastic in the plastic, the water's in plastic. You know what I mean? And we don't own these companies. I was watching oh man, it's not on this phone. There was something sent to the group, WhatsApp group, of the Chinese making the rice and adding paper into the machine to create artificial rice. The rice is already artificial, made from glue, and they've added paper to it. It's madness, blood. I'm telling you. And I'm not saying you can't, like, if you eat paper, it's not gonna hurt you, innit? It's not gonna kill you, but it just shows, blood. There people are wicked, man. People are wicked, bro.
To their own people as well.
The rice is for everybody, bro. It's not like any this is just for the Negroes. They're just the inhabitants of the earth. It's language, bro. It's just people are just dumb. There was another thing that man had the anchor butter. A guy called AIDS. He cut his finger and pushed the blood into the mixture. Everyone that ate the anchor butter from that batch got and they found him. And they're like, how many years was he doing it for? No one knows, but. So when you're eating your food, who knows, but no one gets tested for AIDS. You're thinking you and your wife are calm. You get me? And then you're dying a slow death. You're thinking, bro, man's had AIDS for like 15, 20 years, bro. Because you thought you and your wife were calm. But they got given to you by this wicked Satan, man.
But it was an eater, man.
Bro,
they love doing that.
Vile, man. Vile on the earth.
Spitting in people's foods, doing all sorts. I remember, I don't know if I brought one out, just quickly, a guy, I think he was an ex-copper, and his girlfriend in America were flipping, she was taking cakes to the school, and he was all flipping masturbating in them. And, you know what I mean? And giving them to the children. They got caught as well, but yeah, this is the sort of stuff that we Edomites do, man. Even Moab as well, don't get twisted, they do the same thing, man.
Just going on the like the diseases that the Bible start coming out with, like new variances and stuff like that. These are things that the Most High has written. This is Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 16. Moreover, I will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and thou shalt cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of the law of this law, them will Yahweh bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. So these are curses that we've seen through our people. They've injected us with what? Numerous things, everything. Gave our people smallpox, they gave us Ebola, they gave us cancer, they gave us all
polio,
of
even all these Mars.
Like they gave us all of these diseases. But you know why this is the things why we're joyful to see, because of the Most High has, like, he has prophecies for the wicked in it.
One sec, Lamentations chapter 3 and verse 38. Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth, Lamentations 3:38. Out of the mouth of the Most High proceedeth not evil and good. So like, come on, bro. The Most High, there's an evil he put on the Israelites if they don't do right, man. And there's a good for the Israelites, and the brother's gonna read it to you now, man.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 7. And Yahweh thy power will put all these curses upon thine enemies.
So yeah, we got an evil on us, and then there's a good for us if we keep his law, statutes and commandments, man. Read.
And upon them that hated thee, which persecuted thee, and shall return and obey the voice of Yahweh and do all his commandments which I command you this day.
The praises to Yahweh Shem.
So that's what's happening. So these are joyful times, because of as much as we've got Jacob's trouble coming, if you're steadfast in his words and the law, statutes and commandments to the best of your ability to be perfect in it, to try and walk it all the way, you should be rejoicing that all of these things are coming. But for the heathens and for those that don't know, or for those that do without or go against, it's damnation, man. That's why the Most High said there has to be 2/3 of our people to be cut off. You know? So these are just a shadow of things to go. Even though it's not on a wild, like a big scale now, these are shadows of things to come.
Lamentations 1 and 10. The adversary have spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, for she have seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary. I'll read that again. Lamentations 1 and 10. The adversary have spread out his hand upon all her pleasant things, for she have seen that the heathen entered into her sanctuary, whom thou didst command that they should not enter into thy congregation. So let's get who shouldn't enter into the congregation. Exodus, isn't it? Exodus 23. Is it 30 then? Into the 10th generation. Is it Deuteronomy then?
Might be.
Yeah, man, they're not allowed to enter into the congregation. The Deuteronomy, yeah? Yeah, get Deuteronomy 23. Yeah, Deuteronomy 23. And start at verse 2, innit?
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 23 and verse 2. A bastard should not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even his 10th generation shall not enter unto the congregation of Yahweh. An Ammonite or Moabite shall not enter into the congregation of Yahweh. Even to their 10th generation shall they not enter into the congregation of Yahweh forever.
Well, there you go, man. Bastards are not allowed to roll tree, man. So they've come into and you remember our body is a temple, man, to the Most High, man. A lot of men are out there loving the Hong Kong Chewy style, man. You know what I mean? Chicken balls,
More like rat balls.
whatever it is, man. Like, you know Jake, man.
I know.
Got the rush hour effect, man.
The rice noodles, the Singapore rice noodles.
Come on, who hasn't really had a rush hour effect, man? You get me? Loving off a chingy, man.
Sweet and sour.
Leave it alone, man. They're messing you up.
They don't give a damn about you, man. Serious.
So yeah, is that it?
Yeah, I've got a couple more.
Where's that precept where it says a bastard dwelleth in
Zachariah.
Because we need to, because it mentioned Moab.
Yeah, bastard, yeah.
Tell me more, man.
Same with Amalek,
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 9 and verse 6. A bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, and I will cut off the pride of the Philistines. So a bastard that dwells in Ashdod, those are the people that are dwelling in that land now. So the Most High said the bastard can't enter into the congregation. You need to go. This is where studying to show yourself approved. Because when you study, you start understanding like who's dwelling in Ashdod now. What nation of people are dwelling there that the Most High said you cannot dwell with the Israelites. And that's the bastard. So he's mentioned Moab, he mentioned Ammonite, and he said bastard. Yeah. So, you know, that's 3 nations he's mentioned.
That's everyone, man.
But it
Bro, a bastard
everyone.
is everyone that isn't of the children of Israel, bro.
God.
We had the song, get that, Psalms 82. Exodus 4, probably should know, grabbing these, bro. Amos chapter 3 and 1. Probably should know these precepts instantly. Who are the children of the Most High, man? Someone comes up to me and says, who are the children of the Most High? Man, I need to be ready with the precepts, bro. You lot are bastards, man. It's done and simple and plain. That's what we said to the police officer, innit? In Finsbury Park.
Yeah.
We can say you're a bastard, man. We're allowed, we're obliged to say it. That's not a swear word, man. So these are our bastards, man.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 82 and verse 6. I have said ye are gods, and all of you are children of the Most High.
And all of who?
And all of you are children of the Most High.
We are the princes of God, bro. That's even in our name that we are His children, man. You understand?
Yeah.
He is the king. Right? He's the king of kings of the king. You understand? And then we got Yahushua, the king of kings. And we are kings on the earth, man. And princesses, man. For the ladies, man. You know, bro.
This is Exodus 4 verse 22. And thou shalt say unto Pharaoh, thus saith Yahweh, Israel is my son.
Israel is who?
Israel is my son.
Not the whole world, man. If you're not, then you're a bastard, bro. You're not the people, bro. Go on.
Israel is my son, even my firstborn.
Yeah, man. His only son, man. I'll get there.
Amos 3 and verse 1, yeah?
I was going to bring out a story.
Go on.
I'm not there yet, so. I thought, yeah, everyone read the verse, isn't it? This is Amos chapter 3, verse 1. Hear this word that Yahweh have spoken against you, O children of Israel. Yasha Allah, against the whole family which I have brought up out of the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. And the same thing that we brought out earlier on with the Peter, man. He will begin to reread it.
I'm not going to read it.
Alright, the same reason why he's punishing Nigeria, man. The same reason why he's punishing you, Jakes, and he put the derision in your mind to even love off the Ammonites and the Moabites' food, man. You're messing up your temple, man. And that's what we know in Corinthians, man. If any man defile the temple, the Most High will destroy him. And she's put out their hands, and you defile your temple with the weave, with the relaxer, with the wigs, with the damn food, the clothing, with the money, with the car, whatever your heart and your pleasant, goodly things that you desire in this world, the benefits you get of this world, the Most High is going to make you know it by pain, man. Just by pain, man.
This is the book of 1 Peter chapter 4 and verse 17.
Yeah.
For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of power.
Exactly.
And if it begin at us, if it first begin at us, what shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of Yahweh?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's going to begin at the saints, man. The ones that know what's going on. What's it going to be like for the ones that are blase? Because like it says, the gospel shall be preached amongst all the earth. Yeah. So everyone's going to know about it. And that's not Christian insanity either, man. That's hearing Israelites saying, don't take your hands off the damn other nations, man. And come back to your heritage. That's what you're going to hear, and that's everyone's going to hear it, man. Go not onto the way of the Gentiles or the city of the Samaritans, man. People are going to know, man. Israelite. And that alone is enough certain times. You see someone, they say Rasta, you say, no, Israelite, man. You say, yes, Israelite, bro. And that alone will plant in a seed, man. You know what I mean? Let that seed grow. It's like, well, man said Israelite. Why did he say, why is he talking Hebrew? Why is he saying Yasha Allah? Why is he saying Shalom? And that all just grow from there. Little things like that.
I can preach something, but I might be John to the next. What's it? A Christian service at a college chapel in Kentucky has turned into a non-stop prayer and worship session that some are calling a revival, and people are traveling thousands of miles to take part in it after seeing viral videos on TikTok. So yeah, they've been praying non-stop for like 4 or 5 days or something like that. You know, everyone's just going there, which, you know, it's Christianity, innit? It's just Christianity. So we'll get big precepts.
Have they said why they started praying?
What's it called? What's it called again?
What? Revival.
Revival.
They're calling it a revival, yeah.
Revive who, man? Caesar Borgia. Dead, man.
Still is dead.
But they're keeping him alive, innit?
Yeah.
It's mad.
That's that
The
wisdom.
Pope, the Pope's son, innit?
Yeah. This is Matthew 6 and verse 5. It says, and when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward.
So yeah,
In the churches, same thing,
we're
man.
not out here praying, man. We're out here crying and sighing for the abominations that are being done.
Showing it to the world as well on TikTok, going viral. Everyone travelling thousands of miles to join in. Sounds like sounds madness to me.
There was one where it says, also I hate the flipping hypocrites.
That's like,
I hate hypocrites. I think it's inside, right? Who's going to do so, right? I'm not sure.
a wise man hateth not the law. 33:2.
Oh, God, no. What did you just bring?
Okay. Should still come up though. Still. Right.
Continue that.
Wait. That was the one.
It was just a continuation of the precept that has a powerful. It's Matthew chapter 6 and verse 7. But when they pray, use not vain repetition, but as the heathens do, for they think that they shall be heard of their much speaking. So we don't know if these they're going into this place and just repeating the same thing.
Yeah, they probably are. Repetition.
The repetition of, because you know they say, then they start saying what we're going to speak tongues, and then they start doing another repetition prayer. So, you know, don't know what's going on in them places.
Alright, so yeah, man, let's bring it out, man. Let's open up, man. Mate, that's Nazarite news, man. Need more of that, sure.